Welcome back, guys. So you'll see it soon, but I went really far north. I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm at because I never do that, but I'm still in Wisconsin. I can say that much, but I am just in Wisconsin. So yeah, fingers crossed today. This is a new body of water. Never fished it. Looked at it on some maps and was like, looks like a good body of water to fish. So I'm gonna chase crappies, bluegills, and hopefully some decent walleye. I might even get some eaters today. So like I said, fingers crossed. If you're seeing this, we got on some fish.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Yep, I came to the right place. Oh god. I guess how big this is. The 14.
I may not know the body of water, but I know how to fish big water. This is a 14-inch crappie. I'm gonna put him back. Show you how big he actually is. Alright, without a doubt, that's at the end of the tail. 13 and a half. Well, like close his mouth. Yeah, so 13 and a half. That seems like an average crappie. To me, anyways. But I'm gonna let this guy go because he's the first fish I got out here. That actually means something, so that's what you do with the big crappies. Go. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's get 5 of those. I would love to get 5 of those. But that first one, oh my god, I saw that mark show up and I was so happy. Alright, let's go back.
Hopefully you guys can hear me and I got the wind blocked good enough for this. And you can see that. I don't know, it's got a glare for me. But so that fish, I'm fishing like 18 feet of water. That fish came in at like 14, 15 feet after I started pounding bottom. I have this zoom on right here. The right side of the screen is zoomed in or blown up so you can see the bottom 10 feet better. But I was jigging it as I dropped it the last time and nothing was coming in. And as soon as I started bouncing it off the bottom, that crappie came in at about 14 feet, I think is what it was. I'll have to go back over it, but yeah, let's do that again. That's sick. Okay, throw a little pink at him. And it's gone. So the question stands, do I keep the 112-inch crappie? Make some good fillets. Let's see. See if we can get this other one to bite. hit another big one. He up hit me. Little guy below the big guy. Great. Oh, the little guys are gonna come through.
Alright guys, back home again. Just finishing this video up for you guys right now. That was a long 3 days, basically. I think I slept like 4 hours and like 36 hours or something like that. I'm still kind of recovering. Oh, it's going to be so weird when I can actually get some sleep again. But I'm okay with that as long as you guys are enjoying these videos. But obviously I started hitting those small ones. I ended up catching a couple after dark, but all my GoPro batteries had froze out by then, so I basically just caught like three. I think I got three more 10 to 12 inchers, and I kept those because I wanted to keep at least 4 or 5, because that's what I usually do if I'm catching crappie. I keep 3, 4 of them. That's all you really need, especially if they're like 10 to 12 inches. But yeah, I kept those, and basically I drove home that night, so that was a long drive, and that was last night, and this is today. So I'll keep it short for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, the debut of the squealer, my machine for the year. It was, I gotta say, it was worth driving all the way as far as I did. I drove like forever. Again, I forgot the hours. It's all blending together right now. But it was kind of worth it in my eyes because I was able to drive around and really cover some water. And basically the big thing was I wanted to fish a body of water that I could kind of familiarize myself with as far as like types of structure and stuff. And if you've made it this far, I'll give you a little tidbit, and it'll help a lot of people because big water intimidates a lot of people. It used to intimidate me. It would get me frustrated. I'd want to quit. I'd say there's no fish in there. You know, the regular fishermen think it's not me, it's the fish. Well, no, it's me. But as I learned how to fish bigger and bigger waters, it showed me that there's a lot of potential for like trophy fish out there. And because of that, I focused a lot of my life on fishing the bigger water. So if you guys watch this channel enough, you'll see, like, I fish small bodies of water. I like to get out in the hidden backwoods and stuff like that too. But big bodies of water are really what I love to chase around because, you know, the potential for a monster is really there. So the tidbit I'll give you guys is when you're fishing big waters, the stereotypical or like the go-to that almost any professional will tell you is start at one end and work your way to the other. And what I mean by that is start at one end of the spectrum as far as like depth and go to the other. So what I did that day is I started looking in deep water right away off the bat because I got out there early. But needless to say, I started out in about 20-25 feet of water. I don't fish deeper than 30. It's bad for the fish. Look up barotrauma if you want to know what it means. So like if you know anybody who fishes below 30 feet of water, they're usually killing fish, which is fine if you're going to keep them and eat them, but you can't always judge the size of the fish that you bring up from then. So I keep all that out of my problem list, and I fish 25. I'll fish 30 feet of water if I'm on like a break line or something like that. But anyways, so I started deep and I went shallow. Well, when I got shallow, I ended up in like 6 feet of water at some point, and then all I was getting were these little 2-inch, 3-inch perch. It was driving me insane. I was hoping that the crappie would actually have been in there. So I actually made the move out to about, there was a 30-foot hole next to, the only way I can describe it is like if you were to build a kidney-shaped pool, and then if you took this part of the kidney, or the shape, the U, upside down U, and you sliced it off right here and made this part 18 feet of water, so like a shelf with, a corresponding break line on it, and then on the point of it right here, so here's a big shape. It's hard to visualize. I need to start drawing some stuff for you guys. Right here was the 30 feet, and I positioned myself right at the edge of that flat, the 18-foot flat next to the 30-foot hole. And by doing that, I knew that I wouldn't necessarily see a congregation of fish, like they wouldn't sit there, but I knew they would come and go from that flat to the deep water, depending on if there was bait fish moving through there, and if there was any big fish coming from the shallow water up to the shallower water. In big bodies of water, shallow could be 18 to 15 feet. That's still shallow a lot of times. I know a lot of people get locked into the idea of when they think shallow, the big thing is like a lot of people are pan fishermen in their heads, and like even if they're not crappie, but even if they're walleye fishing or anything like that, they'll think shallow is like 4, 3, 2, 1. That is shallow water, and it just depends on the lake you're actually getting into. But I don't want to ramble on. I wanted to get that through to you guys. Anybody that needs any kind of tips, I'm hoping I'm helping you guys out. I tried doing that little segment to show you what I was doing with those baits, because a lot of people don't have confidence fishing those rip and wraps. And the sizes I was using was the number 3 and number 4. I started with the number 4. I wanted to stick with it, but my instincts kind of told me, like, I had fish chasing that number 4 after I got that big 13 and a half, almost 14. And it ate the number 4 just fine, but I had enough of them chase it and then leave me to make me think that maybe it was just a little bit too big. It probably wasn't, because I had some other really big marks come in and look at that number 3, which is only like a 1.5-inch bait. I love that bait. It's one of my favorites. You'll see other videos. I can put them up here if you want. But needless to say, we'll keep it. I'm rambling. At this point, I'm rambling. Let's just cut to the chase. If you've been here before, you know what's up. But if you're new, please just remember to